Welcome to your Halloween performance of the Castle of Otranto by the Source Players. Imagine the scene, if you will. Somewhere in Europe. The book's not. I don't know where it is. All right, but it's somewhere with a castle. There's the castle. You can see it, and in this castle lives a family. Manfred the father, Conrad the son, Hippolyta the wife of Manfred, Isabella and Matilda. Look, you should get used to the women pretty much all looking alike because they do. No one can tell the difference. I don't know. You don't know. No one. It's vague. Is what I'm trying to say. Is that it's vague. So Conrad is waiting for his fiancée, Matilda, to show up. They're getting married today, and he's excited. And then a helmet kills him. He gets crushed by a helmet. Giant helmet. Falls out of the sky. No explanation. He's just dead now. Manfred is upset. Manfred is very upset. Manfred honestly seems really weird and upset now. Everyone was worried about this wedding maybe being too early for Conrad, who's kind of young and sickly and, thin. You could see him. He's thin. He's sickly. Now he's dead. That's weird. Manfred is sad now, though, because he needed heirs. There's a prophecy about something owner of the house, something giant, dark side. And then Manfred promised Isabella that he would take care of her, even though her fiancé was dead. Now she doesn't actually mind all that much. She didn't like Conrad. Why he's married? Why they're getting married? Plot. So, he promises to take care of her by marrying her. And then he locks her up in the house. To make sure that they can get married. So, Manfred brings a friar in. From just somewhere in town. Says, hey, yeah, I've got a wedding that I need you to perform for me. And he says, okay, that's fun. I'm a friar. This is as deep as his character gets. Manfred says, I'm going to marry Matilda. The friar is not very happy about this. Meanwhile, there's some kid. I think his name's Theodore. No one cares, really. This kid, Theodore, or something, is just a kid. He has no defining characteristics in any way. He shows up at Manfred's castle for no real reason. Manfred immediately assumes that he is responsible for the helmet that killed Conrad. Because he's a wizard. Because he looks like a wizard, right? Look at that kid. Just fucking look at him. So they put him under the helmet. Because that makes sense to someone. I guess. Meanwhile, Hippolyta, mom, remember, she's fine with all this. It's okay. This isn't a problem at all. No problem. I don't know either. It's weird. Then things get strange, if I can use that word to describe anything now that we've had a giant helmet fall from the sky. Manfred chases Isabella all around the castle. Theodore escapes the helmet and wanders all around the castle. Over the course of this wandering, he meets Isabella and Matilda in turn. They both fall in love with him because no character traits. He's basically a harem protagonist at this point. Manfred does not like him. And it turns out, conveniently, he looks like a portrait of the original owner of the Castle of Otranto. who's not related to Manfred. Because Manfred, I guess, killed him or something. It's not very clear. Meanwhile, Isabella's father shows up, wounded from the Crusades, I think, carrying an enormous sword. This sword is not at all related to the helmet, right? It's got an inscription on it that says, "Take me to Otranto, return to sender." Then, that's what they do. Then, Isabella's father dies. Then, Manfred tries to force her to marry him. 'Cause Manfred, that's what he does. The friar kind of doesn't want to do it, but will still sort of do it, maybe. Kind of. Who knows? Nah. He tries to hide Matilda. That fails. He tries to convince Manfred not to do this. That really fails. And then basically there's a lot of running around in the dark. And then, finally, thankfully, Manfred stabs his daughter in the chest. Because that makes sense. It was dark. Can you tell the difference between the two? I can't. Neither, apparently, can her father. Well, that's the end of the story there. Theodore really loved her and not Matilda Bella, but she's the one who's alive. So they get married and spend their entire marriage being sad. This is what the book says. I'm not making this up. Manfred joins a monastery, I guess. And the giant helmet and sword are picked up by the giant that has been inhabiting the castle all this time without anyone really noticing, except the servants, who no one listens to. And off he goes into the sky to ruin someone else's life. This is a really weird book, isn't it? Wow, is it weird? So, from everyone here at Wondrous Windows, happy Halloween!